not hop on. So I wanted to do who's the one that's dialed in on the number? I can't see you. 517 number?
That's me, Chelsea.
Okay. I was like, I can't see.
I didn't have the Zoom app, so I'm downloading it now.
That's okay. As long as you can hear, I just wanted to make sure I knew who I was talking to. So I'm not going to keep you ladies super long, but I'm going on, my upline is having her like leader retreat this weekend. So that's tomorrow. I'll fly out in the morning and I'll be back Sunday. And I just really wanted to hop on the call before I left. So thank you for making it happen last minute. Appreciate it. But I wanted to basically do a getting started right call with anyone who has not been on one. So what these are basically for is a coach signs up and I send you a welcome email. You get, added to all these team pages, and it can be a lot of information and feel very overwhelming. And you tend to have questions and just all the things. And I know that because I've been there and I felt that way as well. So what I like to do is get you through the training, answering, getting all of your basics kind of learned and down, not necessarily memorized, but at least familiar. Take some notes, ask or get some questions written down, and then this is a call where basically I'm going to just try to answer the questions that you have up to this point, and then talk about just some basics. I don't want to totally repeat myself since you just went through the training, but answer any kind of questions that you have to try to ease your mind and kind of talk about some next steps with the business. So I'll go ahead and just start with a few of the basic things that you guys are going to see and hear a lot of, and things that you want to take note of, and then we'll open it up for questions. So a couple of the things that you're going to see in the very first kind of basic steps that you're going to have, I'm going to mute you guys just until I'm kind of done jibber-jabbering, and then we can open it up. So you'll see Success Club. That's one of the things you're going to see all the time. And then you're going to see rank advancements happening within the business, and people running support, accountability groups, challenge groups, that sort of thing. So those are the things that I feel like are super, super important in the business. The first is Success Club. And Success Club is a way that corporate basically measures how many new customers and coaches you're bringing in. They celebrate it in a lot of ways. They give you swag. They send you like month one, like a hat, second month something else, third month something else. So you get things for those different achievements for hitting those months in a row. You also can earn a free ticket to Summit by hitting Success Starter, basically hitting Success Club your first, second, and third full month in the business. And that's like a $300 value. It's basically our big quarterly or our big yearly event where we all get together. We have trainings. We get to meet our team in person. We work out with the trainers, just like all the things. And then they'll also recognize you at Summit. So those who hit 12 months in a row become all-stars. Those who hit 24 months in a row become legends. And you get like specialty seating, you get early registration for events. So they do recognize it in that way. And then also you're going to see trips. You're going to see people going on Success Club trips. And I know when I first signed up, it was something that I really kind of dismissed. I didn't think that I was going to be able to earn the trip. And my coach said, why? If you're trying to hit Success Club, why wouldn't you at least put yourself on the wait list? Because at the time it was already a full trip. And so I did, and I continued to work my business, started hitting Success Club consistently, got off the wait list, and earned a cruise for myself and my husband. And that was really when his eyes opened up to the business. That's when he saw it as, wow, this really has a big possibility. The company treats us amazingly well. He got to meet the team and other husbands, and I don't know, it was just like a really good eye-opening moment for him because he doesn't see all the behind the scenes all the time. So that was exciting, and since then we've gone on like 5 different trips. So it's been really, really fun, and those are just all fun. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stuff other than just really celebration and hanging out with your team. So that's another thing. Now, the way that they measure it is with Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. In order for you to qualify for Success Club at all, you have to be on 90 personal volume home direct. So that means one order that's 90 volume every month that's just coming auto shipped. So your Shaco would count. If you do like post-workout and pre-workout, that would count. If you do the 3-pack of the beach bars, that would count. But as long as it adds up to 90 PV, that would allow you to qualify. Now, to hit, you would have to have SC5 or SC10. And SC5 allows for you to start receiving customer leads. SC10 allows you to start receiving customer leads and Success Club leads. Now, those are basically where, say somebody goes to our Beachbody website and they don't have a coach, they don't have anyone to enter into the system. Beachbody is going to assign them a working coach that is hitting Success Club and an Emerald. Okay, so those are the two kind of stipulations, and I'll talk about Emerald. That's a rank. Just because they want to assign them to someone that's working that they know is going to give them some kind of support. So there's that, and that's kind of like free. That's free business. That's free people coming to you for hitting those goals. The other thing, and the biggest deal, is I feel like it's a snowball effect, and I talked about this a little bit on my live in Beatnik yesterday. But I do feel like there's some kind of snowball effect to hitting Success Club. When you hit Success Club, say 5, I mean, you automatically hit Success Club 6 because it goes, you get 2 points per customer that buys a challenge pack or purchases a product on Home Direct. So they're measuring Home Direct orders this way. So if you were to hit Success Club 6, that means that you've helped 3 people get started in the best way possible. They've got Beachbody On Demand, they've got all the meal plans, they've got whatever supplement that they've decided, and they've got you for support. They've got literally everything. They can't make any excuses. You're going to get bonuses on that. So instead of the 25% commission that we normally make, a challenge pack is going to give you a bonus. So you'll get a little bit more than the original 25% that we get. On top of that, you give those people support. You have them in an accountability group. The next month, you're working. You hit Success Club 6 or Success Club 10. Now you've helped a new 3 to 5 people get started. All of those bonuses on top of, now you've got the previous month's Home Direct customers' orders starting to roll in. And you're getting 25% on all of that stuff that comes in. Then you're coming into month 3. They're still on the journey with you. You're helping 3 to 5 new people. You're getting all of those bonuses on top of month 2's commission coming through, month 1 commission starting to come through. So it really starts to have this kind of domino or snowball effect for your income. And when you're a new coach, you don't have a big team. They're not producing huge team cycle bonuses for you. So you're really dependent on those bonuses and on the 25% commission, because that's how we get paid in the beginning. Now, as you start to rank advance and you start to find working coaches who want to do what you do and they want to build this business, they start to create teams of their own and sell and hit Success Club. Then a big chunk of your paycheck is going to start to come from team cycle bonuses. And that's where about 95% of my income every month comes now. But in the beginning, I didn't have a team. It was just me. And so hitting Success Club, in my opinion, was a non-negotiable because I wanted to see the income growth while I was still building my team. So there's kind of the reason behind, I think that it's very much income-based as well. Not to say that you're not going to earn, you're still going to earn 25% on everything else, no matter what. If it's not Success Club point worthy, you're still going to get the commission on that. So that's obviously amazing too, but I do think there is significance in hitting Success Club. Rank advancements. So the very first rank you're going to see is Emerald. And that simply means 2 coaches that are active. 1 on your left side and 1 on your right side. We are a binary downline, meaning there's 2. There's a left side and a right, and that's it. It makes it pretty simple. So once you have 2 active coaches, you become an Emerald coach. At that point, you become eligible for the LEAD program, and you become eligible for team cycle bonuses. And the team cycle bonuses, like I said, is where the huge income growth comes. Per cycle, you're getting $14 at Emerald. At Ruby, which is your next rank advancement, you're getting $16 per cycle. And then at Diamond, you're getting $18 per cycle. And while that may not seem like a lot, my very first cycles, I think my first paycheck was like $36 because I cycled, it was $14 and I cycled like 3 times. So whatever that was, I don't math, like 40 something dollars. And I was super excited for that because it meant that my team was working and I cycled 3 times. Now, our team cycles an incredible amount of times. You can cycle up to 96 times a day. So it just goes to show the possibilities of like where the income can be. But again, it starts with those very small, like couple of cycles, and then your team continues to grow. What else? At Diamond and above, you also start to get matching bonuses. So any Diamond and above gets 10% of the cycles that their team makes. So say for example, I had a coach last week whose team made her $5,000 in cycle bonuses. I got 10% of that because I'm her upline. So as your team starts to produce income underneath you, you'll get percentages of that as well at certain ranks. As we move up, and we can talk about this, like once you get to Diamond, you'll be in leader pages and things like that. But there are 2-star Diamond, 5-star Diamond, 10-star, and 15-star Diamond quarterly bonuses. And those range anywhere from $800 at around $800. It varies every quarter. For 2-star, up to $70,000 a quarter for 15-star. So it's crazy, the possibilities. So you can imagine those people that have like 4 business centers that are 15-star Diamond, just what they're making in quarterly bonuses. So again, I know that it all starts small, but you also need to think big because there is a lot of opportunity. And then the other thing, which I think is the hugest and most simple, is running challenge groups. And in the beginning, I have a lot of people that say, well, I only have a couple of customers. That is totally fine. If you don't feel like you have enough customers to create an active hopping challenge group, put them in my group. There's never going to be an excuse that you can't recruit customers because you don't have anywhere to put them. Put them in my group. You'll be responsible for checking in with them. But for example, we have this Transform 20 group. You can totally be inviting. You can be putting it on your stories. You can be talking about it on your page. You can be inviting privately through private message. You always have something that you can be inviting to. There's this Glance into Coaching that's going on right now. And I know for some new coaches, maybe you didn't jump in on that one. But we run those once a month. And it's an opportunity where I share the coaching opportunity and all the ins and outs, and then we answer any questions we can. And so you always have something to invite to. There should never be any reason to not be kind of talking about the business opportunity and talking about challenge groups. When I started running challenge groups, the biggest place that I found the best working coaches was in those, because they love the products. They got results. They started walking around with their results, and people were saying, what are you doing? What is it that what product are you using? Or tell me what you did to lose weight. And it was really easy for them to say, I use this and I get accountability and I work out at home or whatever. And it worked for me. And then people want to do it. And so that was really easy transition for me to say, hey, these are customers that could be yours. Why don't you coach? And it's just a really easy kind of transition from customer to coach. They already understand it. They already get the challenge groups. You can run challenge groups however you like. There's a challenge tracker app, and there's also Facebook groups. So whatever it is that you're comfortable with. I run Facebook groups because I always have, and I like to go live sometimes. It just is something that I know. But the Challenge Tracker app is always an option as well if you feel like maybe people aren't on Facebook or you just want something separate that's new and fresh. That's always an option as well. They can be 7-day groups, they can be 30 days, they can be 60, they can be whatever you want. I have found just from experience that anything over 4 weeks loses steam. So I really try to keep it at like 4-week groups. Now, we do have a 6-week program coming, so this will be a bit longer. But I just feel like for whatever reason at that 2 to 3 week mark, people lose a little bit of the excitement. So when I open the groups, I try not to do it too soon, because if I open them way before they start, they lose excitement before it even begins. Yeah, so I can answer any kind of questions you have about that. But in the meantime, on top of any challenge group questions you might have, please feel free to either unmute yourself or I can unmute you and ask any kind of questions. And no question is a dumb question. If you have questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I read or listened.
Oh, you went muted. Where'd you go?
Oh, are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still learning how to fix.
That's okay.
I read that you should, or we should add our spouse as the first person to our little legs. Is that what you did?
So what I did is my very first 2 coaches, one of them was not my husband. One of them was my husband's aunt, and the other one was one of my really good friends. Neither one of them work the business now, but I soon after added my spouse. And the reason that I did that is because if you look at it as like my sponsor signed up and I signed up under her, and so as people sign up, like you obviously, a good spot in your organization is important. And so the sooner that I signed him up and placed all my coaches below him, the more volume that he was going to have, the better placement that he was going to have. Whether I did anything with his account in the beginning or not, he was still accumulating volume and sitting in a really good spot. So I signed him up. I let him go inactive for a really long time and just pay like the $16 fee to keep him there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were pushing for 15-star diamond, I had to have 15 diamonds all in the right placement at the same time for 6 weeks. And so I just couldn't find that last diamond. And so I created a diamond and I made my husband diamond. And so we built him to diamond for 15-star, which helped me rank advance, helped me with my cycle bonuses, gave me that quarterly bonus. And then also, because of his placement, he was making really great cycles really quickly. When he was at diamond, he has dropped to emerald, and he caps every week at $250. You can't make any more than that at emerald and cycle bonuses a week. But when he was at diamond, he was making like $700 a week with minimal amount of coaches there just because of his placement. So there is financial opportunity there. There is strategic reason to do it there. So that's you having to think kind of long term. He could get you to emerald quickly, and I kind of call them replacement coaches. Maybe he helps get you to emerald, and then you add a third coach on that leg where he is, and you don't need him anymore to be active right away. So you make him inactive, you're still emerald. There's a lot of different ways that you can use the account, but I do think it's worth it to sign him up.
But not necessarily as one of my first 2.
Not necessarily, but if you get one and you're like, really want to be emerald, that's such an easy way to get there. You know, you've got one coach, you sign him up, you're there. Yeah. So you just got to kind of think about it. Like, what do you think is best for you?
Okay.
Yeah. I know somebody else had a question.
Yeah,
was me.
Hi.
Hi. So I had a question with Transform 20. I'm attracting a lot of like pregnant moms now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm having trouble like trying to decide how to like market the Transform 20 with pregnant moms.
You can 100% do Transform 20 pregnant. I mean,
yes, I'm gonna do it modified without the step. So
yeah, you can do it with the step. Like you could do it without, you could do it with, you could show it both ways, side by side in a video. You could show it with the step, you could show it without modified. It's 20 minutes. So like anyone who's sick and pregnant and trying to work out, this 20 minutes is so much more doable than trying to get yourself to do a 45-minute program. I wish I'd had it my first trimester. I literally hardly worked out because I was just so sick. So for me to be able to have that during that time would have been nice. Also, they can talk to their doctor, but Shakeology for me was approved as my prenatal. My pre-workout was acceptable because it's all plant-based and natural, and it's the same as, I mean, she allows me to have at least a cup of caffeine a day. Like, this is my third kid, so I'm like, I'm not as like strict, first-time moms are more like, I don't know, but I'm like tired and I just have some caffeine. But so that was approved. My recovery was approved. Like there's a lot of different supplements that I was still able to take too because they are natural. And then obviously the meal plans. I mean, like first trimester, you don't have to have any kind of different calorie intake. They can be eating the same things. Eating healthy and cutting out sugars. And I saw a coach who's 20, she's like 21 weeks. I follow along her too. I follow a ton of pregnant coaches right now. But she was saying like, I think it's so funny that everyone's asking me why I'm dieting for myself and my baby because I've cut out sugar and I'm eating healthy. And she's like, I'm just doing what I should be doing all along. I tend to gain weight rapidly fast. So actually having a plan for me is good. I've gained 50 pounds on average with both mine. So I just talk through my experiences on my posts, in my stories, and it opens up conversations with other moms. But I mean, I had my best year. We went 15-star diamond, and I had a lot of new coaches and customers the year that I was pregnant with Willow. So I know that it's very possible to have a thriving business while pregnant. You just got to be very open and honest through your pregnancy, open with your struggles with it and your successes with it, because a lot of them are going to relate to you on both levels.
Okay. I think I was like Shaun T while pregnant.
Yeah, but you can go, I mean, that's with anything. Like, I could be stepping super slow, and it's, it is what you make it. Every workout is.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So if I start a challenge group and I have people, I know lots of people that I work with, that I'm friends with from social media. And what if they want to join it, but they don't necessarily want to purchase the workout program? Is that smart to just let them be a part of the group?
Whatever you want. When I first started, my accountability group was free. The only thing that I required was that they sign up for a free membership on my account with me as their coach, because I didn't want to be taking anyone's customer who might already have a coach but just didn't tell me. So it kind of takes that out. And then secondly, if they're in the group and they start to see posts of Shakeology or Beachbody On Demand and they decide that they want it, if they don't come to me first and they go to the website, it's going to assign them a random coach versus putting them under me and allowing me to get that commission, those Success Club points, all of those things, and to see their orders so that I could help them. So that's the reason I did that. But I didn't want to discourage anyone, because I felt like once I got them in there and excited about it, they would see it and I would get more people on board. However, the downfall is you're not going to work for free. So if you're letting everybody in there forever, nobody's purchasing anything, and you're working without getting anything back, that's frustrating. So you want to make sure that you do eventually make the transition to a Beachbody group. Now, this is a rare occasion where I'm doing a Transform 20 specific group. Only done it a handful of times where it's a program specific, because I do feel like you're limiting who your customer base is. Like maybe this isn't for everyone. But I feel like it's a big enough launch that the group is large enough to have just Transform 20. But a lot of times it's just Beachbody. So some are working out, running, and drinking Recover and pre-workout. Some are just eating healthy and doing 2B mindset, and they're not working out at all. Some are doing Beachbody on demand, no supplements. So again, you can do it however you want, but you just kind of got to think like business.
Well, I was thinking just for the first one, because I mean, because I haven't been a coach long, a couple of weeks, and people can already tell. I mean, people can already tell change very quickly. At work. So my next question was, so basically they can just sign up, they can go on to Beachbody and get an account completely for free.
Yes, so they can do that. You can send them a link directly. We have two different ways. You can go to Share a Cart, and that's a way that you can customize a cart and send exactly what they need for them to sign up. You need their name and email address.
Yeah.
And the other thing is if you download the link called BB Links, it's basically Beachbody Links app, and it allows you to type in like a challenge pack that you wanted to have the link to, or say they just want Energize or whatever. It attaches your coach ID to the link, and then you can send it to them, and it takes them right to the spot that they need.
Okay. Because it's baby steps. I don't want to try to sell them anything first, but making my way there.
Absolutely. I understand.
I have another question if nobody else has one.
Go for it.
So I saw I don't know where I saw it exactly, but actually where I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, they're having an event called a Super Saturday, something about like the eastern side over here.
Yeah, that's our quarterly events.
So do they do that everywhere?
They do it every quarter, the same weekend. It's our super weekend. Sometimes it's on a Friday, some Saturday, some Sunday, but it's across the country and in Canada, and they do it in different cities. So like Louisville has one. You'll see them everywhere.
So I mean, this isn't like they have it every quarter here in Raleigh.
Yes. Well, as long as there's market councils throughout, like all over different cities. If there's a Raleigh Market Council, then you should have one every time. I would check and see if you have like a Super Saturday group for Raleigh on Facebook, just because it's so confusing, because anyone can host a Super Saturday. However, some super trainers come to them, some corporate come to them, and then other ones are like 15 people come and there's nobody there. So I would hate for you to have a bad experience.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I went as far as calling the hotel to make sure that this event is legit and happening. And they said yes, the people have already put their deposit down, but they didn't have any information.
And if they have if they've rented a space in a hotel, then it's probably going to be decent size. What'll happen is it's kind of up to them how they want to do it. But I was on the Louisville Market Council for several years. I hopped off like 2 years ago. But, we at one point had Autumn Calabrese came and did a workout. Megan from Clean Week did a workout. Carl came and spoke. We've had several coaches come and do speeches. You fly people in to, do different things. And then they have snacks. There's a 45-minute corporate video that will announce like exciting things coming for 2019. You'll do a live workout. It's pretty, I love it. And you meet local people. So, but again, you just never know until you go, like how many people are going to be there and how big it is. Some of them bring in like 1,000 people, and some of them bring in, ours is usually around 150.
I was trying to recruit someone to go with me so I didn't have to walk in there by myself, but I can't.
Did you ask in Beatnik if anybody is going to that one?
No, I should though. I'll post something to see if there's anyone local or if anyone plans to come to it.
I would ask and just see, because you might be surprised. There might be people in there going.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Anyone else have questions?
I do.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if it's the right time to ask it. Because you mentioned like your husband was making good money just from the cycles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's different for everyone, and it also depends how fast we rank. But how likely is it, or is it possible to like make, I'd say like $600-700 within like the first 8 months in your business? Like, is that doable?
It's 100% doable. I mean, I was making about $500 a week 6 months into my business, consistent money, and sometimes more. Again, I was working my business every day, very consistently on every call. I was doing everything every coach that I knew was successful was doing. Just really like everything that I could do because I knew it was working for them. So like I wanted to do what they were doing. So I was hitting Success Club numbers, which was helping with my just my bonuses and commission and that sort of thing. And then on top of that, I was finding coaches who were also growing teams. And so my cycle bonuses at that point started to grow as well. It's going to be completely based on the team of people that you find. And on the call Monday night, they said on average, Melanie was saying if you recruited 2 coaches a month, the likelihood of you getting a working coach wouldn't happen for 5 months. That's just kind of the reality of like the numbers of it. Because if you sign up 2 coaches, a lot of times they just end up kind of they play around in it a little bit. They get on a call here and there. Sometimes they'll post about it, but they're afraid of what their friends are going to say. They don't invite personally, and they hope everyone comes to them. And they end up being more of a discount versus like going for it. And you have to go for it in order for you to see kind of anything in return. It's a business, you know? So that's what she was saying. Like if you recruited 2 a month, you would find a business building coach. In 5 months, you would have a business building coach. So obviously you could kind of do the math and say, okay, if I recruited 4, I would have a business building coach in 2.5 months. And you need those to build your business for the income.
Okay, and then this goal, like, is it achievable even if I'm not yet diamond, which obviously I feel like I should be by that point, but.
Yeah, I mean, you at Emerald, your cycles would cap at 250, but you would be making also commission, and you would be making, you'd be making money in other areas as well. You get coach sign-up bonuses and that sort of thing. So the cap would be at 250 at Emerald for cycles, but everything else would just be extra on top of that. And then at Ruby, I forget what the cap is. Most people skip Ruby and go straight to Diamond. I don't know why, but and then at Diamond, it's like a couple $1,000 before you cap.
Okay, and then my last question, you mentioned we get 25% commission each month. And
You get 25% commission on every order.
So like, let's say if I'm in the business 6 months and you're my customer since month 1 and you order Shakeology each month. So each month I still get 25% from you.
Mm-hmm. You get 25% on every order that goes through from them.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's like the snowball effect of like keeping people engaged in your groups and getting results. They stay on HD longer, and then it just starts to build because you're getting that commission every month.
I thought it was just initially that first time that they purchased Shakeology.
Nope. You get 25% on every one of their orders.
Okay.
That's why like this time of year is huge for a lot of people who, when Beachbody On Demand came out a couple years ago, but it came out in like December. So we're seeing all these renewals come in from all the people who got Beachbody On Demand. So if you stay in it for the long haul, you're seeing like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like maybe $30 or something like that for these people who are renewing their on-demand. But when you've got 200 customers that have Beachbody on-demand and that renews, you're like, dang, that was a fun, like that was a neat little bump that we just saw. So there's like long-term growth that you see too. You just have to stay in it for that consistent long haul to see those jumps.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?